Fourth series called the Omniverse just started this fall of 2012. So by fall of 13, when you see the majority of these characters, it's going to be in its second season. So that means we're going to have a lot of depth to the assortments at that point. So what you're looking at now is our 2.5-inch figures. There's 8 per wave. So in spring of 13, you had 8. Fall of 13, you'll have another 8. So for the total year of 13, you'll be able to collect 16 of these different characters. They come 2 per pack, and you can kind of see what the blister pack looks like with those characters. Some retailers may have a blind pack, but that's not fully determined yet in the United States, but certainly in Europe it will. As we move up the scale, we have our basic figures, and you can see all the different variety of the Ben 10 figures. There'll be a couple different versions of them. We're going to have our Omniplasm line, and what that is these translucent figures. So you can see that's Energy's interior form. You can see him there. And we also have this new character, Topic, here. You can see him in his Omniplasm form, see his translucence there. And then a bunch of other fan favorites like Humongosaur and Blocks, Shock Squatch, Forearm. So they're all going to get that treatment where they're now in that Omniplasm way. But then we're also going to have new characters like Astrodactyl here, you can see. And there's new characters like Kick and Hawk, of course fan favorites like Gravitack, but they'll have their regular kind of solid coloring to them. Some of these figures will come with these little mini figures, and those will actually interact with the Omnitrix Shuffle, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can see how they would come with an accessory piece. If they come with the figure, that'll be in there. Some of them will come with a sword or a mask or some other kind of piece that comes with the figure, and that will be the accessory piece with that particular character. Always moving up again, we have a new introduction for spring of 13, but we're carrying forward into fall, and that is our wind-up figures. So you can see there's Shock Squatch in the packaging, which you can find on shelf now, but here's some of the newer ones for our fall. So we have this character Ball Weevil, and the great thing about wind-up is that kids just love the idea that they can set the character in motion, so you're transferring the power into the character and kind of making them come to life. With our 6-inch figure line, again, kind of same theme as bringing the characters to life, or taking that feature that makes them what they are in the show as far as their strength. This character Shock Squatch here is an electric Yeti, and when we push his arm down when he's pounding the head of another character, he actually has a little
spark unit in there?
Exactly, yeah, spark unit. So the final one won't have all this paint ops on it, so you can see more of the translucence, but this is just a demo model here for Toy Fair. But in addition to Shock Squatch, we'll have a Heat Blast figure, we'll have this Humongosaur figure and Cannonbolt. Humongosaur can actually pick up this evil villain. He has a little thing on his back where you can see like his hands will come together, and he can pick that up and then he can toss it over his head. It's really hard for me to do it on the corner here, but he can toss him in his head. Cannonbolt, you can kind of smash him up when you roll him. He's got a little pin on his back, and he'll pop open and try and stand up. And Heat Blast has this cool thing where he shoots out this ball of fire from his chest, and it opens up into kind of like a little, like a parachute, for lack of a better word. So it like comes up in this big flame ball, and then so cool. That'll shoot out. So a lot of cool features in those.
For sure.
The OmniKit figures, here's another one that we debuted in spring of 13, but we're carrying forward through fall. And the cool thing about these guys is that it's a model kit. You can see here, it comes with 25 plus different pieces on a runner, and you just simply pop those pieces out, add them to the internal frame, and then put stickers on it, and then you come with your final character here. And because it's an internal frame and the pieces, there's no gluing, there's no cutting, there's no painting, everything's right in the box. All you have to do is just put it together on that frame, and because it is on that frame, you can actually play and display with these guys. So you can see we have feedback here. You can see, I mean, his feet on the ankles move. You can bend them at the knee, at the leg, so they are definitely articulated like in a lot of different places. So in addition to posing them, you can actually use them as a character to play with your other figures with.
Now, would those be actually sold in the same locations as the rest of the line, or would they be more hobby store?
We are trying to get them sold in the regular line, because it's more of a figure than it is just a model kit, because you can still interact with it,
It's a really cool crossover between the two formats, and because of this internal thing that you got here, it gives you that rigidity to allow to use it for regular play.
Yeah, and you can like kind of see here on the back how you can attach all the pieces to the character. And then the pieces, because they are easily brought on and off, you can actually mix and match. So you can put different model pieces on different characters and turn them into your own hybrid alien.
Yeah, great. Excellent.
Vinyl figures, I know you guys have seen these, just new assortments.
But it's always, I'm so glad these did well, because they're great designs, so it's always fun to see new ones showing up.
Yeah. Then in addition to that, in our largest of the figures are 10-inch tactilians, and the cool thing about these characters is that they have different materials on them. So you can see they kind of have a cloth material here. It's a rubber coating on a wire frame, so you can bend those characters all over the place, backwards and sideways and everything. It also has a light up feature. I don't know if you can see his eyes lighting up.
Yep.
So there's light inside there too. So it's just a really cool way to represent a character in a different format, different materials, lights, bendable, different fabrics. And then Ben's new nemesis, Kyber, we have him too. When you press this Nemetrix, his evil red eyes light up inside. Again, same thing with like the rubber kind of internal frame with the fabrics as well. So just something different, you know, I mean, you see there's a lot of figures in the line. We're just trying to add some newness, different play patterns, different materials, stuff like that to kind of make it different for the fans and the collectors alike.
That's fantastic.
And then as we move into our roleplay items, we have two Omnitrix that are new for Fall 13. The first one I want to demonstrate is the Omnitrix Shuffle. And as all the fans will know, Ben doesn't always get the alien he wants when he's trying to get it out of the Omnitrix. So what happens is when you shake this Omnitrix, you actually get 1 of 10 random voices from the alien. So let's see if I can get another one. So you just said, I'll take care of this. It won't have those messages in it. The final one will have 10 alien voices. So it would say Grav Attack or Shock Swatch or Blocks or Heat Blast or something like that. But the point is that every time you shake it, you get a different random one. But say you don't want it to be random and you want to specifically get a particular alien's voice, it also comes with one of those minifigures. So if you put the minifigure on top, it'll give you only that alien's voice. And if you want to control even more of the alien voices, when you collect more of the action figures, because they come with that figure, you can then have more access, more control over the Omnitrix Shuffle.
That's great. That's great.
And this other one I'm going to demonstrate later because that's our big reveal for the toy fair.
Okay.
But we have a vehicle. So it comes with a Ben figure. Actually, the figure won't be a painted figure. It'll be a translucent one. You can see it'll be that character just in a translucent kind of flight mode figure.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you roll this along, the wings pop open and the 4 missiles all fire at one time.
All right.
So just a cool, fun way for kids to, it's a plumber spaceship. They can ride it in the air, and when they land, they can shoot out the missiles in a different fun play pattern for them. And because, you know, with Ben, it's all about turning into the different aliens, we have 5 different masks in the assortment. So we have Rook here, there's going to be Blocks, and there's going to be Blocks, Forearms, I think Kick and Hawk, and Heat Blast as well. So a bunch of different masks that kids can collect and be the different characters. We also have a deluxe role-play set as well, so you can see Crash Hopper in there. It also comes with a Omnitrix plus an exclusive figure, so that's a great gift pack for people, but also like all the role-play items in one.
Is Crash Hopper going to be available any other way than this pack?
Just in this pack. Right.
Okay, so not in the basic line at all?
No. Oh, you mean this character?
Yeah.
Yeah, he will be, but not in that paint-op. He'll be
Okay.
a solid figure and not the Omniplasm version.
Right.
So the only way to get the Omniplasm version is in there. And then lastly, we have our transformation station. And the reason why we call it that is because, you know, it's all about Ben transforming from himself into one of his aliens. So we have Ben here at the front, and he's kind of already in transformation mode. But if I press the button here, he then disappears, and he pops up, and now he's Humongosaur. So kids are going to love that they can, you know, transform him all the time.
That's great.
And what's even cooler is, though, that you can take him out of there. So I can remove him, and I can put any of my other alien figures in there. This set does come with those 2 figures, the Humongosaur and Ben. So even if I didn't have any of the other figures in the line, I could still play with this right out of the box.
Immediately, yeah.
Yeah, it also comes with a little missile-firing turret, so this shoots a missile out of it. There's a little jail cell that we put Zombozo, one of the evil villains, inside. There's also a scooter that fires out from the front, so you can see Rooks on top of the scooter that actually gets, you know, fired out. There's a couple environments on the back of it, so there's this little chair that you can sit in, and you're at a computer screen, and you can monitor evil across the universe, and, you know, dispatch Ben to where he's needed most. So all kinds of different fun play patterns, and you can actually pull pieces apart. So if you wanted to extend it out, have one station over here and one station on the floor, and, you know, create different things.
Buy
in the middle.
multiples and link them all together to a big.
That we haven't done, but that's
Okay.
an excellent idea. That
Yeah.
might be some basic play sets you can plug into the side of it.
Yeah. That's
So-
a great set. That's excellent.
Yeah, a lot of fun with that, and a lot of fun with the rest of the line. But what's really the central, you know, key driver for Fall 13 is what we're calling the OmniLink Omnitrix, and this is just our color model. So this isn't the final. But what makes this so significant is that this watch will interact with all of the different media devices that kids are playing with nowadays. So you have an iPhone in your hand, and you know how kids love to play with iPhones, iPads, also video games, online games. So what we've done is we've created the watch to interact with all of those, and I'm going to demonstrate to you how that interaction will happen by showing you this little DVD snippet. So when you buy the OmniLink Omnitrix, it comes with a DVD that has 11 different like mini episodes or like a greatest hits compilation of different aliens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to ask you to hold it, John,
Okay.
and then I'm going to turn on the volume, and you'll notice that things are going to start to happen in the Omnitrix. It may take a minute for it to...
Should we get closer?
Is it on? Maybe I didn't turn on. So did you hear the sound effect come out of it?
Yeah.
So it's reacting to what's going on the TV.
So if you had that on,
So it just said feedback. And that's the character feedback right now on the screen. So
nice. So you could wear that throughout the episode, and it would react as the episode.
not the
plays.
TV episode,
Okay.
only the DVD.
The DVD.
Yeah. But yes, that's the point, is to bring you into the what's going on. So you feel it vibrating,
Yeah.
lights changing, you hear the alien voices. So there's 12 different alien voices in it, 20 different sound effects. You got the vibration mode plus the lights. So all that's happening while the DVD is playing at different times. So now another character's, so you just heard it say feedback again. Another character is going to come up.
Diamond Head.
Did you hear it say Diamond Head?
No, I know.
Okay. It should have. But you heard the like
Yeah.
crystal clinking. So that's how it works with the DVD. So it would do the exact same thing with the app. So when the app, there's going to be 3 of them, but when the app's playing something, you're interacting with the app, the watch will have the same effect. Across all video game platforms, the same thing. So when you buy a video game that has the OmniLink technology, if you're playing the game and Humongous Store shows up on the screen, he's going to announce himself on your watch. And another cool feature is if you're playing the game and like say you get hit by one of the villains, the watch will vibrate just like a controller, like when you like you're driving a car and you run into the rough, you know how it like vibrates.
Yeah.
So again, you get that like immediate response that not only are you watching the game and having things happen in the game, you're feeling it physically, what's going on in the game, on your wrist from the watch. In addition to that, they have CartoonNetwork.com has their own games on their website. So those games on their website, the Ben 10 games at least, will interact with that as well. So I mean, you got the DVD, you got the app, you got the video games, plus you have the CartoonNetwork.com games, all which will send out a signal that will make the watch react to them. But if I can borrow that back from you real quick, what I want to show you, and you may want to come a little bit closer, is how I can use the Omnitrix to make things happen in the app. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn the bezel, and if you just notice now it's over here where it says choose components. I'm going to press that, and now see the arrows just popped up. So now I want that guy, and this app is just a demo. This is not going to be what the final one is. I'm just wanting you to see how that when I turn the Omnitrix, now watch how I'm going to pick a different set of legs.
Very nice.
So now that I pick this different character I want, I'm going to press combine. See now it went down to combine? Now watch for the payoff. So now I just got all those characters into one, and I got to hear all their names mashed into one. So like I said, this isn't what the final app will be, but this is just a demo just to show you how I can drive the app with using the watch. So when we do finally design it, there's a lot of cool ways that we can incorporate the watch and the technology into the app.
And just in general, what you've just shown us can be extended in some really great ways in terms of interactivity.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's awesome. That's the big finale, right?
Exactly. Yes.
I love it. Thanks.
And yeah, that's not the final color and everything. Just to remember, it's going to look more like that, but that's just for the demo.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for the demo today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we always appreciate you guys coming back.